This next feature in our software that came with the latest update that I'm really excited about and love is the ability to insert objects in front of or behind other objects. Whenever you're digitizing design and you want to insert something, you would typically have to digitize something and it would show up as the last item in your sequence view, and then you'd have to move it to the location that you wanted. And it can be time consuming, sometimes frustrating to do, because it sometimes is difficult to find and easily move objects, find where you want it in place. You just after you select it and try to move it. And so what we've done is we've added the ability to insert an object directly in front of or behind another one that is selected. And so to show you what I'm talking about, let's say that in this design I wanted to add a red running stitch just on the inside of this blue satin border to give it a little bit more of an effect. And so let me go ahead. I always use my shape tools when I'm working with circles and rectangles and stuff like that. I just create it on my screen, and then I might move it into position. So let's say this is where I wanted it located, this run stitch. I would just right mouse click on it and convert it to a run. And now I need to make it red, but I don't want it to sew out last. I want it to sew out when the other objects in red sew out. And so what I would have to do now is I'd have to click and move it, drag it up, get it in the location I want. And you know that in this case it wasn't too difficult, but it did take a few steps. And so what we added now is the ability to come in and say, I know that I want to add a red outline, and I want it to be directly, let me get rid of this artwork here. I want it to be directly after this red object sews out. And so what I do is I select that object and I right mouse click, and because I want to insert it after this red one, I go up to this digitizing path and select after. By saying after, it says, okay, I'm going to digitize another object and I want it to be inserted directly after this item in my sequence view. And so if I click after, now I can come up and I can digitize, you know, a run stitch object. I can utilize the ellipse artwork tool again if I want, and resize this. Get it the size I want here. Right mouse click on it, convert it to a run. And you'll see that it shows up right after. I didn't change the color. Now if I just select the red, you'll see that it did insert it as the object directly after this one. So instead of having to go and move it, a lot of designs can be really complicated. So it can be very difficult to digitize something and then move it into position. Now you have the option of just selecting an item that you want to insert something before or after it. Right mouse click, go to digitize path, and tell it you want to digitize it before or after the item selected. And it's a really neat feature, and it's going to come in handy for a lot of you, and I know it's been requested by a lot of you, so we're excited to bring this feature to you.